Good morning. Welcome to the April edition of the Civic Center Scoop. We're going to give you a rundown of everything that's happening at the Peoria Civic Center in the month of April. My name is Jess McMullin, and I am your host for the show. We are broadcasting live on PeoriaLife.com. This month, we're talking about all the exciting events going on at the Civic Center. Moving in this weekend is the Central Illinois Auto Show. We also have the Broadway series is coming up, and then the Peoria Recovery Project, which is a new event coming to the Civic Center and Peoria as a whole. So we'll have a guest throughout the show to bring you up to speed on all of these different events that are coming up in April. So let's get to it. First off, the Central Illinois Auto Show. I have special guest Mike Bowermaster with me from Bob Lindsay Honda. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Good. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Doing great.
So you moving in cars today? I see there's activity going on outside the Civic Center.
Actually, when I leave here this morning, we're bringing the cars down. So over the course of today, we'll get everything moved in, situated tonight. And we have a sneak peek tonight for the dealers, and tomorrow 11 we open up.
Awesome. So are all the dealers moving in today? Give us a sneak peek what happens behind the scenes today.
Yeah. Well, today is people are moving in their displays, so some of the displays take a lot of time to put together. So the workers are putting that together, and then we each have individual time slots to move the cars into space and get them organized, and then cut the plastic off the carpet and have everything done. So it's a pretty interesting transformation that happens over the course of today.
It's got to be a puzzle piece getting all those cars in there in the right order.
Correct. Yeah, there's approximately 300 cars from 31 manufacturers. So we each have to be pretty organized on how everything goes in there and try not to hit each other. So, I don't want any bumper damage.
Cool cars, lots of cool cars in there, that's for sure. Okay, so moving is today. The show opens tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Give us a rundown of the hours.
Well, tomorrow is 12 to 8. Saturday's 11 to 8 and Sunday's 11 to 5.
Okay.
Tomorrow is senior day, so 60 and plus are half off, so $2.50 per senior. It's $5 normally for adult. And then Sunday is family day, so 2 children and 2 adults is $8 all day.
Oh, that's a great deal.
Yeah, it is. I was looking at that myself.
You're like, did I write that right?
Yeah, right. Yes, that seems very good. Yeah.
And from what I hear, there's to bring the family. There's lots to do for not just the adults to look at cars, but the kids
there's
as well.
a lot of vendors there. There's several things with the Marvel show with Spider-Man and Batman, and there's I think there's Bumblebee. There's a few Green Lantern. A lot of different things that are going on just to keep everybody entertained.
Yeah, fun characters.
The kids. So I do think the kids really enjoy walk around, looking at the cars and look at the characters and everything. It's a good family day.
And in some of the cars, if you're buying a family car, they got to crawl in to see if they like the back seat.
Right. Yeah. It's a great place to see all of the cars under one roof. And it is a show, not a sale. So the salespeople are there to answer questions, not to sell them a car. So it's a very non-threatening way to come down, look at all the products, getting in and out of the cars, look at the prices and the sizes, and it's good for us as dealers too. It gives us an opportunity to see everything under one roof. So.
Well, what a great opportunity! I mean, all under one roof to be able to compare all the different models and makes and the space, and they're able to sit in them and get pricing as well.
Yeah, so everybody's there is knowledgeable on the vehicles and have brochures, and it just gives just a great opportunity to look everything all in one place. So.
No driving though, right?
No driving, and that the plan obviously is for people to come out there, look at everything in one place, and then they certainly schedule appointments at the individual dealers to go out and test drives afterwards. So
find their favorites and then come on out afterwards.
And it looks like from the weather, I could see it's a great weekend to be there. Sometimes in the spring it's very nice outside and it hurts attendance, but this weekend should be a good weekend to come inside and under the roof and see everything.
Well, at least you're not moving in with the snow we had last weekend.
No, we've moved in rain before and have to dry off cars, but I don't think we've ever driven them in snow. So.
Man. Yeah. Okay, so the cars that folks can see at the show, are they 18s, 19s? What models are they?
Well, most manufacturers are going to have 18s. It's possible there's going to be a few 19s if it's an early arrival of a vehicle. But probably the big key vehicles this year, there's going to be the technology. You're going to be able to see a lot of the new technology. For us at Bob Lindsay Honda, I mean, we'll have plug-in clarity. So the plug-in cars are definitely up and coming.
What's that?
Well, it's actually you can.
See, I need
yeah,
all
yeah.
this technology.
So it's a car that you plug in at home.
Oh, okay.
So it runs off a plug-in charge and also a small gas motor. So the combination is about 100 miles to the gallon.
Now, is there a lot of those on, like, say, Peoria roads?
They're starting to come
really?
out, and we're putting in charging stations at our dealership. You've probably seen them at Hy-Vee and Schnucks and so forth.
We
the
have one
stations.
at the Civic Center.
Yep.
Yes.
So so it's becoming more and more. I know from Honda individually, as a manufacturer, by the year 2030, 2/3 of our cars will be electrified. So when you think about that, I mean, it's definitely growing and growing fast.
Wow, okay.
So those will be there. Our hybrids are there. Also, the rest of our SUVs, which is the biggest part of our business, would be the SUVs and vans.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So our customers have transitioned over the years. So cars are still pretty popular, but our CR-V is the #1 selling SUV. So we sell more of those than anything. Then we have a performance car. We have our Civic Type R, which is a rare car. It's a 300 horsepower Civic that's definitely an eye catcher. So we have those there as well.
Neat. Any sports cars? I always like to, when I walk the show, sit in the sports cars that I can never afford. You know?
There's definitely a lot of sports cars. I know from our Acura division, we have a $200,000 super car there, and I'm sure the other manufacturers as well will bring some of their newer kind of future cars. Typically you have some representatives from the other manufacturers, usually some spokespeople that will get up and talk about the new models.
So now when you guys bring in your cars, are these coming in from your dealer, or are you bringing these cars in from out of town, or?
The manufacturer sends them to us
Okay.
specifically for the show, and then we have some flexibility of what colors and models and trims that go, and then we take them to the show. And since we're the only Honda dealer in the area, then they come back to us afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so for sale. And then the other dealers, depends on if there's multiple dealers of one manufacturer, they split them up afterwards.
Okay, awesome. So, and I know there's concessions that go on there, so they can eat while they're there. There, did you say there's speakers as well? Is there demonstrations?
Yep. Yeah. Typically there'll be some demonstrations throughout. There'll be some platforms of people speaking about their vehicles, and other than that, it's really an open forum where customers can come in and, like I said, in a non-threatening manner, just walk around the cars. Take their time. If they have questions, we're there to answer questions, but we're not there to sell the cars. We're there just to promote our product.
Can spend hours there
Yeah.
looking at vehicles.
Yeah, it's a busy place, and I know the Rivermen are playing there as well, so you can come down and get a Rivermen game in too.
I do have to tell you, my the Riverman game Friday night and Saturday.
Yeah.
And Friday night, where my husband's coming to the game, and he's like, "Ooh, I can come early and go to the auto show."
Yeah.
And so, is there something that you can like tag a guy that says he can't buy anything while he's there?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, you know.
I don't know. We can try.
I'm not sure if I can let him run loose.
Yeah,
that, know?
no, that's understandable. So he can't drive one home. I know that,
well, there
so,
you go. There you go. I won't let him out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, tell us, step back a little bit. So how many years has this been going on, the auto show now?
It's been this 29th year.
29th year.
year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So for people that don't know, who organizes this whole show? I know you're from Honda, but all these dealers come together. Maybe give a little background for people that don't know of your association.
Yep. So it's a Central Illinois Automobile Association. It's headed up by R&B Production. Carl Bunker, who's been doing it as long as I can remember, does a great job and organizes the vendors and the manufacturers. And there's a lot of work behind the scenes of communicating with all of them, because some of these displays that are being brought down there are semis dropping them off and have to be organized of when they drop it off, and the fork trucks bringing them in. So there's a lot going on. If you drive down around the Civic Center right now, you'll see a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, they do a great job of organizing it for us, and it's been nice with the upgrades at the Civic Center. just from as many years as I've been doing it, it used to be split up between the main level had cars, and then you had to walk down the stairs onto the arena where the ice was. And, obviously had plywood on top of the ice, but it was hard for the senior citizens and so forth to get down the stairs. So the developments over the years have really made it all nice on one floor and easy to get in and out and so forth.
Yeah, so there's the exhibit halls is the main spot for the auto show, and that's 110,000 square feet.
Yep.
And then, of course, the walkways, all the lobbies and hallways, I believe, have cars in them.
Yep.
And then as well as the theater lobby.
Correct.
It has an assortment of cars in there as well. So.
Yeah, because there's a lot of things there that are accessories for cars as well. There'll be interstate batteries will be there to different truck accessories and conversion vans and things like that. So it's not just cars. You can look at other things that are related to cars.
Great. Well, anything else we need to know about the Central Illinois Auto Show this weekend?
I just really encourage people to go because it's once a year that we have this, and some people would make it up to Chicago or certainly Detroit, but we have it right here in Central Illinois to be able to come down, see 300 cars from 31 manufacturers under one roof on a good weekend to do it, and it's really reasonable at $5 or discounts with Senior and Family Day, and come down and visit with us down there, look at the vehicles, and have a good time.
Great. Well, thanks for joining us, Mike, and
Thank you.
telling us a little bit more about the Central Illinois Auto
Appreciate it.
Show this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Peoria Civic Center. So bring your whole family down and come find your dream car in the exhibit halls or the hallways of the Civic Center. Thanks, Mike, for joining us. Coming up next, Broadway season is wrapping up this month. April 25th and 26th is the final show of the Broadway season. And what that means is the Ameren, Illinois Broadway series for next year is going to be announced any day now. Here is Claire Zell with an update on that.
Hey Peoria Civic Center fans, we are just so excited to announce what our upcoming Broadway season is going to be. We have 4 awesome titles that will make up our 2018-2019 Ameren, Illinois Broadway Theater Series. So you will find out what that series is on Monday, April 9th, but maybe keep an eye out for a sneak peek in the paper on Sunday the 8th. We'll see. But coming up is going to be a wonderful season that you just can't miss. Trust me when I say it's going to be very fun, very entertaining, and something you can bring the whole family to, and we are just so excited. We cannot wait to tell you what all the 4 titles are going to be. But in case you're considering becoming a season ticket holder this year, some of the perks that might swing you right over the fence and bring you into our season ticket holder group, you will get 10% off of the season ticket, which will already start at just about $165, which is a great deal to be able to see 4 shows Broadway level right here in your own backyard of Peoria at the Peoria Civic Center. So we also have the lounge that is available to our VIP Broadway season ticket holders, which gets you some food and beverages before the show and during intermission, and as well as a cash bar access for just you guys. So that's pretty exciting, and we're happy to be able to offer that to our season ticket holders. Another thing too, you will get your first right of refusal for your seats, as well as upgrade options as they become available, as well as pre-sale codes for some of the other shows that happen here at the Peoria Civic Center. So think about becoming a season ticket holder. This year might be the year for you, but you can check out all of our Ameren, Illinois Broadway Theater Series details coming Monday, April 9th. You can check it out on Facebook or on our website, www.peoriaciviccenter.com. We cannot wait to share it with you. So we'll see you in the theater very, very soon.
All right, coming to the Peoria Civic Center later this month, Saturday, April 21st, is a new event, the Peoria Recovery Project. And I've got some special guests here to talk to me about it and let you know what's going on. Welcome, Sharon, Jamie, and Sheriff. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks for joining us today. So tell me, what is the Peoria Recovery Project?
It's an event. It's focused on substance abuse disorder. All of it. We're going to have, there's going to be 50 different resource booths set up. There's going to be different treatment centers. There's going to be counselors, just all kinds of help for those struggling, those who have been to treatment, support for the families of those struggling, just a bunch of help.
Awesome. So when someone walks in, what would they expect to see? unfold? It's in the exhibit hall at the Civic Center.
Yeah,
first
Exhibit
off.
Hall D. When they walk in, there'll be different resource booths set up. And then after the resource booths, there'll be a speaker area. And we're going to have 9 different speakers speaking.
Wow.
Tim Ryan will be our featured speaker. He's with A&E Dope Man. He's with a Man in Recovery Foundation, and he just goes all over the U.S. speaking and helping people.
So the hours for the event are 9 a.m. to 4. Is there a prime time when speakers are going to be, or is it all day long?
No, speakers start at 11.
Okay, speakers
And
start at 11.
we have it to where each speaker will speak about 15 minutes.
Okay.
So, and then Tim Ryan will be the 3rd speaker, and and then the last speaker will be Dr. Chandra from RASIC Complete Recovery, and he'll be doing a question and answer segment, and that'll be good for anybody who has any questions about different things. He'll be there to answer.
Great. Now, tell me, why is this event so important? Jamie Harwood, our Peoria County Coroner.
Hi, thank you for having us here today. I think the vast reason for this is so important is so people not only have awareness, but they know that we are going to take action for this so important issue that we have not only in Peoria County but throughout the United States. This is an opportunity for people to come in and to understand why this is so important. And Sharon had this idea to throw it out there, and we took bait on it, the sheriff and I and the other members of this group that are helping her, because it's so important. We have to have action, and now is the time for action.
You have quite a few people on this committee that's organizing this event. Sheriff, tell us a little bit about your role from the sheriff's office.
Well, I'll speak for law enforcement in general. Peoria City Police, Chief Marion's been very involved with this, as well as the Peoria Fire Department and State's Attorney, the mayor, the list goes on. But there's a lot of key stakeholders from our community that's been involved. From law enforcement, kind of like the coroner was stating, this is such a growing epidemic. It's almost where I call it a pandemic now. It's changed how we do policing, because every day we're dealing with instances of overdose.
Really?
Every day.
Wow.
Our first responders, our police officers are now, they're lifesavers. We're carrying Narcan, we're treating people in the field if we get there in time. This is growing. I see it in the jail as well. The number of people we're putting on withdrawal protocol every month, these are new arrests. It's growing and growing and growing. And I've been in a unique situation, because prior to sheriff, I was the jail superintendent. So I had a lot of one-on-one time with people fighting this battle. And it was the same story time and time again. Because I used to think of it, no, this is a choice. You're going out, you're just trying to get high. And it's not. It was once explained to me, and I use this the best way to explain it, to kind of break it down. This young man said, Brian, imagine if you were being held underwater and you're going to do anything you can to get that next gulp of air. You will bite, you will punch, you will scratch. He goes, it's the same feeling when you're on heroin. Your body feels like that. You have to get that next dose. It takes over your whole body. That talk that day changed my perception on this. And we know, and I won't be the only law enforcement executive that says this, we're not going to arrest our way out of this problem. Treatment is a huge part of this. And I thank Sharon for putting this together, coming to us, and for our community. But this isn't just for Peoria County. This is for everyone in the area. There'll be people here from Springfield, to Chicago. The word's out. There's so many people in our community that need help and resources, and Sharon's really streamlined a function that can provide those.
So this event is truly for people who are maybe suffering from it, families of those people, but also an educational event, it sounds like, for just the general public as well. Because I got to admit, I didn't know it was that severe. Maybe I'm living in my bubble, right?
I think general public education is so important, and that education will help remove stigma. And there's a huge stigma for addicts at this junction, which makes it harder and harder to gain support, to gain traction from our community to say we need help.
Sure.
And that stigma is a barrier, and so this is an opportunity to remove some of that stigma.
Yeah, that's a great point. you hate to ask for help when you think there's something wrong with you then.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah. And now, Sharon, I know you have a very personal story of, why this, what made you create this event, and where is that passion coming from? If you could share your story.
We lost our son, Cody Gillis, to an overdose August 1st of 2016. Our family rose from our pain. We formed Cody's Crusaders Foundation, and we help those who are struggling to try and guide them to treatment facility. And we've had so many come to us, the families, those struggling, they're lost. When it comes time to finding help, they don't know where to go, what to do. And there's a lot of us that are out there helping. So I just had the vision of bringing all of us that are helping together for a one-day event and just kind of help guide, the families and those struggling into treatment.
So would this be a good event for people who have maybe lost friends or family
Yes,
to addiction as well?
yes.
Good resource.
There's going to be, Dr. Olt will be there set up with the Jolt harm reduction and with, it's called GRASP, and it's grief relief after substance passing. And it helps you, speak to others who, have lost and are struggling in that grief, and it's just,
Yeah, that's hard. It's a hard
is.
situation.
This, obviously, the main thing that we'll be discussing on days will be the heroin and the opiates, but this is by design going to be for any type of addiction. If someone's struggling with alcohol addictions or benzos or even like a cocaine addiction, there's going to be resources there. So this is, it's really highlighting our opiate epidemic, but this is an opportunity for anyone struggling with any type of addiction to come in and see the resources available to them in our community.
Great. So what are some of the booths that are, I know you mentioned a couple of them, some of the resource booths that are going to be there? Obviously, the Sheriff's Office is going to have one. Who else is
and
gonna
with
be
the
there?
Sheriff's Office, they're going to be doing the,
Drug disposal. We'll be taking any prescription drugs that someone needs to get rid of, because that is a big piece of this puzzle. So we will have a disposable mechanism in place there.
So, okay, so you can't just throw them in the garbage?
No.
Or is there? Oh.
No. Obviously, if we throw them in the garbage,
I'm a little naive here, I guess.
there's our medical community, and this is part of the game as well, and there's a lot of education, and they're changing the way they do business, but the overprescription of pain medications for years is a big part of this. Unfortunately, a lot of our heroin addicts today, it started by conventional means, lower back pain.
Yeah.
It started with the football injury at high school. That's how these start. And when you go in and get your tooth pulled and they give you a 90-day supply of Vicodin or Oxy, it's there and it's available to the children. So what we're trying to do is get this back out, get it disposed of properly. In the gas station, we've been in the business of medication disposal for about 12 years. We started with the water company because people were flushing them. We wanted safe water. But it's grown into more of, we want these drugs back so we can dispose of them properly.
Oh, that's good to know.
And to his point, we know, based on statistics, that 3 out of 4 opioid users started with the prescription pain medicine, which is huge. That's 75%.
That makes sense. I mean, when you think of how big the problem has gotten now, you can see a very easy way to start that. Anyone who's had a surgery or knee pain or shoulder, that they've gone through.
It's synthetic heroin.
Yeah,
yeah, it is.
interesting. All right, so what else do we need to know about the Peoria Recovery Project coming up in 3 weeks? 3 weeks.
There will be naloxone training. There will be a couple booths doing it, so because there will be a lot of people that can be trained. Dr. Olt with harm reduction, she'll be doing it in her booth, and then Human Service Center will be training, and then the Peoria Police Department will be doing CPR training too.
Wow, excellent.
Yeah.
And this is a free event.
Great
This is-
point, yeah.
It's a free
Great point.
event. That's why we're just advocating anyone from the community come on down. We will be accepting donations, and any money that's raised through this will help sponsor a person in need that goes to treatment, needs to go to treatment.
Great. Yeah, so an open house, free to come, 9 to 4. Speakers start at 11. Peoria Civic Center, exhibit halls on Saturday, April 21st tackling a very big problem in Peoria and beyond Central Illinois and the country, as I recall. So thank you very much for joining me today and shedding a little light on this
Thank you.
good event. And
Appreciate the opportunity.
we hope you all come on down to the Peoria Civic Center on Saturday, April 21st. You can check out PeoriaCivicCenter.com for a link for that if you need more information. So, wrapping up the show, we're just going to do a rundown of other events happening at the Peoria Civic Center in the month of April. As we mentioned earlier, the Rivermen are wrapping up their season. They are wrapping up the season in first place and have already secured a spot in the playoffs. Their final home games are Friday and Saturday, puck drop at 7:15. And then their first playoff game has already been set, and that is April the 11th. For more information on their playoffs as well as tickets, go to PeoriaRivermen.net. Coming up in the Civic Center, also in the exhibit halls, those halls are busy this month, is the Clean Water Celebration. This is a phenomenal trade show display of water environmental booths. It's open to middle school, high school students, as well as the general public. Lots of just displays and seeing how water works within our soil and our communities. And of course, things that we can do to improve that water, as the sheriff mentioned. So that is Monday, April 23rd at the Peoria Civic Center. Time is 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Again, that is another free event that you can come through and wander. In the entertainment world, we've always got shows going on. The Decemberists are coming up next Wednesday, April the 11th. This is a contemporary folk rock group with some great music to hear. And then we also have comedian Kevin Hart coming April 26th. That is a Thursday night. Wizard of Oz will be the same night. That'll be the last show of the Broadway series. Wizard of Oz is also opening April 25th and 26th. So 2 nights. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, make sure you grab those. That show is going to sell out just as all the other Broadway shows have. The Shrine Circus is back May 2nd. And then another classic rock group, Three Dog Night, will be here on May the 3rd in the theater. And then for the kids, PJ Masks, if you've got little ones, you know what that is. They'll be here on May 4th. That is selling well as well, so if you want tickets, get them now. And then another Mom's Night Out. I mom so hard. May 9th, just in time for Mother's Day. Go check that out. 2 funny ladies that'll make you laugh, drink some wine, have a good time with your girlfriends, leave the kids at home. And then, of course, the big names in country music. Jason Aldean is here May 11th, and Keith Urban is October 12th. Both of those big concerts tickets are on sale now, so grab them while you can. PeoriaCivicCenter.com has links to everything you need that's going on at the Civic Center, as well as Ticketmaster.com for those tickets to the entertainment shows. Until next month, I'm Jess McMullin. We'll see you later.
PeoriaLife.com